shadows at the dinner table, in the quiet suburbs of Maplewood, New Jersey, where manicured lawns hid the messiest of secrets. Eleanor Hayes stared at the empty chair across from her. It had been 3 weeks since Tom's sudden heart attacked 3 weeks of echoing silence in their colonial style. Home, the kind featured in those glossy real estate magazines. Every evening, out of sheer habit or maybe denial, she set the table for two. His favorite steak knife, the monogrammed napkin ring she'd bought him for their 25th anniversary. But tonight, as the autumn rain pattered against the bay window, something felt off. The air hummed with an unspoken question. Why did Tom's life insurance payout feel too clean, too quick? And why had their nosy neighbor, Mark Reynolds, been avoiding her gaze at the funeral? Eleanor shook off the paranoia. Grief played tricks, didn't it? She poured herself a glass of Cabernet California vintage. Tom's pick and sat down, the fork in her hand feeling heavier than usual. The house creaked like it was whispering secrets, and for a moment, she swore she heard footsteps outside. A knock at the door jolted her upright. Who would visit at 7 p.m. on a Thursday? Peering through the peephole, she saw Mark, umbrella in hand, his face slick with rain. He was the quintessential next-door guy, mid-40s, divorced, always mowing his lawn in khakis and a polo shirt. They'd exchanged pleasantries over the fence for years, barbecue invites, holiday cards, but nothing more. Tom had mentioned him a few times, calling him good people. Eleanor opened the door a crack. Mark, everything okay? He shifted awkwardly, water dripping from his coat. Eleanor, I'm sorry to bother you, but Tom told me something before he passed. He said if anything happened to him, I should come over and take his seat at the table. Her heart skipped. What? That doesn't make any sense. Mark's eyes darted to the dining room visible behind her. He was insistent, said it was important. May I come in? Just for a minute. Curiosity gnawed at her, sharper than the grief. Tom had been full of quirk surprise weekend getaways to the Jersey Shore, cryptic notes in her lunchbox, but this? It felt like a puzzle piece from a game she didn't know they were playing. Against her better judgment, she stepped aside. All right, but make it quick. I'm not exactly in the mood for company. The dining room smelled of rosemary from the roast she'd cooked on autopilot. Mark hung his coat and approached the table, hesitating before Tom's chair. Eleanor watched, her pulse quickening. He pulled it out slowly, as if expecting a ghost to protest, and lowered himself into the seat. That's when it happened, a soft thud. Something slid from under the cushion, landing on the hardwood floor with a whisper. An envelope, thick manila, unsealed. It hadn't been there before. Eleanor had vacuumed that morning. What's that? She asked, her voice barely above a breath. Mark's face paled. I don't know. She snatched it up before he could react. Inside were documents. Bank statements, emails printed out, a photocopy of Tom's will. Her eyes scanned frantically. Transfers to an offshore account in Mark's name. Hotel receipts from Atlantic City dates when Tom claimed he was at business conferences. Photos, grainy but damning. Tom and a woman who looked suspiciously like Mark's ex-wife. No. Wait, that was Mark in one of them, arm around Tom at a bar, laughing like old conspirators. Eleanor's world tilted. What the hell is this? Mark bolted upright, knocking over the wine glass. Red liquid spread like blood across the tablecloth. Eleanor, listen. No. You listen. She flipped through more pages. A forged signature on the will, dated just months ago. Tom's original will, the one they drafted together after their son graduated college, left everything to hers, the $401K, the vacation fund for that dream trip to Hawaii. But this version, it diverted half to a charitable trust managed by Mark. And there, buried in the emails, proof of an affair. Not Tom's with some mistress, but Mark's orchestration of it all. He'd introduced Tom to a woman at his gym, encouraged the fling, even helped fake the will to siphon funds. Motive? Mark's gambling debts, piled high from online poker sites. Tom, ever the soft-hearted fool, had been blackmailed into compliance. "You son of a bitch," Eleanor whispered, her voice stealing. "You killed him, didn't you? The heart attack stress from your schemes?" Mark's hands trembled. "It wasn't like that. Tom was my friend. He got in over his head with the affair. And I helped clean it up. The will was his idea to protect you from the mess." "Liar." She backed toward the kitchen, phone in hand. But curiosity held her. Why plant the envelope? Why now? As if reading her mind, Mark lunged for the papers. Eleanor dodged, slamming into the china cabinet. Plates shattered, echoing like gunfire. In the chaos, a final note fluttered out. Tom's handwriting, dated the day before his death. "Eleanor, if Mark sits here, you'll know. He's the snake. Use this to bury him. I couldn't fight, but you can. Love always, Tom." Tears blurred her vision. Tom had known. He'd staged this final act, hiding the evidence where only betrayal would reveal it. The "take his seat" line wasn't an invitation. It was a trap. Mark grabbed her wrist. "Give it to me. We can split it. You don't want the scandal your bridge club, the church group. Think of your reputation in Maplewood." She twisted free, kneeing him in the groin. He doubled over, gasping. "My reputation? You destroyed my marriage for your Vegas dreams." Sirens wailed in the distance. Had she dialed 911? No, the neighbor across the street must have heard the crash. Eleanor stood tall, the envelope clutched like a weapon. As police lights flashed through the window, she felt a surge of power. For years, she'd been the quiet wife. PTA meetings, Thanksgiving dinners, supporting Tom's career in finance. But now, she was the avenger. The officers burst in, cuffing Mark as he babbled excuses. Eleanor handed over the envelope, her story spilling out in calm, measured tones. The forged will was invalidated overnight. The insurance company froze the payout, rerouting it back to her. Mark faced charges. Fraud, extortion, maybe manslaughter if the stress angle held. In the weeks that followed, Eleanor sold the house Too Many Ghosts and bought a condo in downtown Princeton, closer to her son. She joined a women's book club, started yoga, even dated a kind widower from the local coffee shop. The scandal made the local news. Suburban betrayal, neighbors' plot unravels in dramatic dinner scene. But Eleanor didn't hide. She embraced it, turning her story into a blog post that went viral on Medium, inspiring other women to check their spouses' safes and question the friendly neighbors. One evening, in her new home, she set the table for one. No empty chair, just a glass of wine and a smile. Tom had given her the ultimate gift. Not inheritance, but independence. And in the quiet, she whispered to the empty room, "Thanks for the seat, darling. I finally took it."